If you've ever tried to record clean footage straight off a TV screen, you'll know it is way more frustrating than it should be. You either point your phone at the display and end up with glare, flickering text, reflections and dodgy audio, or you drag a computer into the living room, mess around with capture cards, open recording software, and hope nothing crashes halfway through. That's why I'm testing the ClonerAlliance UHD Halo. It captures true 4K video at 60 frames per second directly from your hardware onto a USB drive or microSD card, completely PC free. I already use ClonerAlliance gear behind the scenes for screen grabs on this channel, but because this new Halo handles standalone 4K at 60 frames per second, I wanted to test it on what exactly matters to us: Firesticks, streaming boxes and mini PCs. Now, a quick note before we jump in, this is a workflow tool for capturing your own footage, system menus, open source apps, gameplay, setup guides, legal broadcasts and permitted sources. Now, let's get it plugged in. Inside, you get the UHD Halo, an HDMI cable, and a 65-watt USB-C power adapter. Now, mine has a US plug, but it includes a travel adapter for UK use. You also get two USB cables, one A to C and one C to C, plus the remote control. The layout is brilliantly simple. On the front, you have physical buttons for source, snapshot and record stop, plus AUX, 3.5mm mic and line-in ports for live audio mixing. On the side, you have your storage options: USB 3.0, microSD slot and USB 3.0 Type-C. On the back, you have your HDMI out, HDMI in, USB-C DisplayPort input and power. Let's set it up with my Amazon Firestick so you can see exactly how this loop works. First, plug the 65-watt power adapter into the back. Because the Firestick is a bit bulky, attach it to an HDMI extender so everything fits nicely, and plug that into the HDMI in port. Then run an HDMI cable from the HDMI out port to your TV. And pop your USB drive into the side. Because the box powers on automatically, that is the entire setup. The Halo sits in the middle, acting as a pass-through, and your TV boots the Firestick normally. Before recording, let's check the settings using the remote. When you open the menu, you can really fine-tune exactly how your footage is saved. You can set your exact recording resolution, file size and file format. For encoding, you can choose your video codec like H.264 for the safest editing compatibility, or H.265 for smaller files, and independently tweak your video bitrate, audio codec and audio bitrate. One setting I would definitely turn on is display recording time. That gives you a small timer on the screen so you can instantly see that the Halo is actually recording. Now I'll press record, and once that timer appears, we know it is capturing footage. The Firestick works exactly like normal. I can scroll around the home screen, open settings and move through apps. I tested input response because any lag between the remote and the TV would be incredibly annoying. Thankfully, there was zero noticeable delay. The biggest benefit is clarity. Because you're capturing the direct digital output, small menu text stays razor sharp, which is perfect for tutorials or troubleshooting guides watched on phone screens. Compared to filming a TV with a phone, there's no reflection, no focus hunting and no flicker. Just a pristine video file. This is also where scheduled recording can be useful. If you have a legal broadcast, event, or permitted video feed that you're allowed to record for personal playback later, you can set the Halo to start and stop at a specific time. That makes it work almost like a standalone recorder. The second area where this shines is with mini PCs. A lot of people are moving away from streaming sticks and using Windows or Linux mini PCs in the living room for emulators, web browsing and streaming. Running screen recording software natively on a low-power mini PC eats up CPU and GPU, throttling performance and ruining benchmarks. With the Halo, the mini PC doesn't have to record itself. It just outputs video like normal, while the capture box handles the heavy encoding externally. So the mini PC can focus 100% of its power on running the app, emulator, or 4K video streaming. The third use case is where the UHD Halo beats basic HDMI recorders. It's dedicated USB-C video input. That means compatible phones, tablets, laptops, and handheld gaming devices can connect directly to the box over USB-C. If you've ever tried to record high-end mobile gameplay, or in my case, embarrassingly basic gameplay, or even just an app tutorial on your tablet, you know the built-in screen recorders are a total nightmare. They chew through your battery, heat up the device, and cause frame drops right when you need smooth footage. By sending the video out to the Halo instead, your tablet runs perfectly smooth. But the best part is actually how it handles the power drain. Because it supports up to 65-watt power delivery over USB-C, it fast charges your tablet while it records. You never have to worry about your battery dying in the middle of capturing a long clip. This device is also a game changer for console gaming. If you want to capture high-quality footage from an Xbox, for example, you don't need to route cables across the room to a complex PC streaming setup. You can just play normally on the big screen and record crisp, lag-free 60 frames per second gameplay directly to your USB drive with a single button press. Now let's check the part that really matters. Do the recordings actually look good? And are the files easy to work with? Once your session is finished, you just remove the USB drive or MicroSD card, plug it straight into your computer, and open up the folder. I can check the file properties and confirm our exact recording resolution and bitrate. But more importantly, I want to see if the footage is clean and ready for an edit. Looking at the Firestick footage, the menus are crystal clear. The small font is readable and it looks far superior to pointing a camera at a television. That is exactly what I want from this kind of recorder. On the mini PC side, the desktop UI is razor sharp and the colours look perfectly accurate to the original output without any washed out contrast. But the real test is the Xbox gameplay. Capturing true 4K at 60 frames per second means all that fast-paced action translates flawlessly to the final video. The motion is incredibly fluid. There's no messy compression or pixelation during quick camera movements, and the in-game audio remains locked perfectly in sync with the action. So what is the final verdict? If you're a casual viewer who has zero interest in capturing screen footage, you absolutely do not need this box. But if you regularly need clean recordings from HDMI or USB-C devices, the value here isn't just that true 4K 60 frames per second quality, it's the absolute convenience. You get pristine streaming box captures. You get penalty-free mini PC recording without tanking your system's performance. You can capture fluid, high-quality Xbox gameplay straight to a USB drive without dragging a complicated PC capture setup into the living room. And you can hook up your tablet or phone with a single cable that fast charges the device while it records. It takes a workflow that is usually messy and frustrating and simplifies it down literally to just pressing record. I've put links to where you can check out the UHD Halo down in the description below, along with any active discount codes if I have them. Let me know in the comments, what do you currently use to record your console gameplay, streaming boxes or tablet screens? If you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more honest tech reviews. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.